Full director's cut version, which includes bonus footage and a still photo slideshow, will be available by purchasing the DVD. Previously on Greene Redemption.
You're getting caught up in crap. None of that is really in the equation at all. None of it.
People will look at your accomplishment and expect you to be able to teach.
And you have a mind that's more than capable of doing that. Your mind can do it.
I think when I saw Kai that day, I realized what this means to have that level of intensity.
This journey that you're talking about is your own.
You think it and it happens. You think it and it happens.
The whole workout, I felt like I was going to vomit.
Do you want to beef up? Get Carnivore, the world's first all-beef protein isolate. Carnivore delivers the muscle-building power of real beef to help you pack on slabs of muscle. 350% more concentrated than steak, 20 times the creatine of beef, added branched-chain amino acids for increased anabolic effect, ANRT to recycle aminos and minimize ammonia. Available in 2 delicious flavors. Beef up your physique with Muscle Meds Carnivore, the most sought-after. Clearly running out of steam, Jason has to dig deep to keep going and keep his dinner down.
I remember getting there and I'm thinking, oh, okay, this isn't going to be bad. You know, he's getting ready for the Arnold Classic. He's tired. You know, this is going to be short. We're going to be out of here. I think we must have been there for at least an hour between the cardio and the training. And then we stopped to eat and then went back to train upper body. He definitely emphasized that there are workouts that are done in addition to your main workouts. So you don't want to use weights that are so heavy that it's like you're doing your main workouts twice. The focus wasn't so much on weight as much as the contractions and the intensity of the contractions. That's not to say you use 5 pounds and flex, but if 5 pounds is what you need to get the job done, then 5 pounds is what you need to get the job done.
Why do you grip the bar so now? I don't know. This? Yeah, you need a little wider. Quarter turns. Everything starting from the front, from the floor up. So you always take a minute, place your feet, turn my heels in, my toes out. That gives my knees also a place to turn out, which accentuates the sweep with your quads, inside of your calves. Open up, all right? Okay.
So in order to make sure that you're able to contract all of the muscles that are visible for the viewing eyes of the judges, be it the front, the side, the rear, You have a checklist, and that checklist starts with the floor. So a lot of bodybuilders talk about tensing from the floor up. So your checklist is, okay, my feet up through your calves, up through your quads, up through the muscles of your upper quads. Are those things tense? Okay, from the floor up to your waist now in your checklist, are all those muscles tense as they're supposed to be? Yes, okay. And then you continue from your waist up. It does require a certain amount of endurance to stand there and flex a lot of different muscle groups in your body simultaneously at the same time, and then maintain this expression that is, I am cool, I am good.
Bend the knees, drop your pelvis, and pull. All right. Open up, front of the bicep. Good shot. Box sprint. Turn, side chest.
We get downstairs and we're like going through the training. I'm just like, why are we doing all these things back to back? And then as soon as you know, the tops come off and the bottoms come off, and we're practicing posing, it all makes sense. And when we're hitting poses, everything kind of just starts to click. I'm like, okay, that's why we did that exercise. That's why we did this exercise. That's why we did this exercise. And it's not until the end, when everything kind of came together, that's when everything made sense.
In order to try to be mindful of showing the sweep on your quads, you're going to turn your knees out, but you can't turn your knees out without trying to turn your feet out. But you can't turn your feet out without somewhat being aware of the ground beneath your feet. Okay, I want to be able to show the contour, a pleasing contour line around the entirety of my body. So if you were to think about drawing a silhouette, taking a body, turning it into just a blackened image, and drawing a line around, a contour line around the silhouette. In order to create the image of this silhouette that corresponds with the idea that we know is competitive bodybuilding, then in order to do that, you have to position yourself well. Positioning all starts with a good foundation, so everything has to start from the floor.
Kai is something of a contradiction. A reluctant teacher, yet with much to offer to the next generation of bodybuilders. I know that he certainly challenged and inspired this young bodybuilder today, both physically and mentally. However, his point about concentrating on winning the Arnold Classic is a good one. The show is only about a month away, and there is much work yet to be done. I will see Kai one more time before the Arnold Classic to shoot the leg training we didn't get in Las Vegas last year. I'm happy to see that Kai is healthy this time around, and, as he is fond of saying, on the path of increase. Kai Greene Redemption is brought to you by MuscleMed's Performance Technologies, makers of Methylburn Extreme. Get red, get shredded, get super peeled with Methylburn Extreme. Coming up, we discover the origins of the power of positive thought.
Psychologists have discovered a natural law which is the very foundation of all personal successes.
It's the most important philosophy that a bodybuilder should know.
You know, success before it happens, that's blasphemy. What are you trying to predict the future?
And we watch as Kai and Oscar apply those principles to that last uphill push toward the Arnold Classic.
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. Isn't that a profound statement?
Kai Greene Redemption is made possible by MuscleMed's bodybuilding supplements, methyl aromatase, hexogen, enoxide, carnivore liquid protein shots, Methylburn Extreme, and Code Red. Now you too can benefit from the science behind the supplements that helped Kai